today's Extra.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show ahead of Game 13 of the season from Gov Fuller Field, and it's time for the Catch of the Day. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by today's Catch of the Day, Daniel Jackson, outfielder, catcher from Georgia. After last night's fog delay that turned into the end of the game, when that fog started to roll in, what went through your mind?
Well, it was kind of exciting because, I've never really played in a fog game before, but I noticed how hard it was to see from the outfield because, guys were fouling balls back, and I honestly had no clue where they were going. But I'm glad we got our 5 innings in, and we were able to get the dub.
Could you see the other outfielders from where you were?
Not too much, but it was actually kind of crazy because it was worse in the outfield. So you'd be sitting in the fog in the outfield, and then you'd walk back into the dugout, and it'd almost be cleared again. But I could see Henry. I don't know so much about Jackson.
It's your second year here in your first fog out. Were you waiting on this to come at this point?
I've only heard about it, so I felt like it was only a matter of time before the fog came in, and I saw it, and I had a feeling it might be the day.
And now, when the fog delay was going on, we didn't know whether or not the game would be canceled. What was the chatter like on the field?
We were just glad they got their 5 innings of hitting in. We didn't mind it at all that it got canceled. We come out with a dub. Yeah.
There's been a couple of weird games recently, a couple of kind of roller coaster ties, then a blowout win, and now all of a sudden a fog game. What's the message right now from manager Dennis Cook?
Keep rolling. Keep getting the wins, keep hitting, and keep putting good games together and keep winning.
Now, on the Anglers Extra pregame show ahead of Game 13, this is your second season here, as we mentioned earlier, and already you kind of look like a whole different player now that you've had the time to adjust. Has there been something that's clicked with you so far?
I would just say it was experience. Last time, I came for a week, not really knowing what to expect, and this time, I had just played a full year of SEC ball, and probably more prepared to come up here and play.
How does this year's team compare to last year's team?
Honestly, it's kind of hard for me to say just because I was only here for the last 1 week last year. But I feel like this team is loaded. Even before, we had an ace before who unfortunately had to go, but I feel like we're loaded.
And then you have a couple of Georgia teammates here too. What's it been like to come up here with them?
It's pretty exciting because, when you're going up somewhere, completely, not completely new, but, it's nice knowing people that you already know. So, it makes it easier to, build relationships, I guess, even with other guys because, they're making friends with them. They live with their other teammates and host families, and, we end up meeting up together, and, it's a good way to meet new people.
For the fans who are wondering right now, describe the vibe of, you can't really call it the clubhouse, but what you would call the clubhouse.
What we would call the clubhouse is the vibes are good. There's not a single person on the team that I feel like there's no friction between anybody on the team. Everyone seems to get along really well, and we have a lot of fun.
Yesterday, you got to experience the Chatham Bars Inn for the first time as the team kind of had a full luncheon together. What was that experience like?
It was fun. The food was great. The Chatham Bars Inn, was a very nice place. It was cool to see everyone together in the middle of the day, not in the uniforms, and hang out a little bit.
Did you expect it to be as nice as it was?
No, but it was very nice.
Now, before we let you go, I'd be remiss if we didn't ask you about, you drive a bit of an unassuming car for a bit of what's become a Cape League star at this point. How would you describe your car?
It's a revolutionary machine. The gas mileage is through the roof. It's awesome. The Prius really does get me where I need to go, and it's not the most fun, but it is actually a very well-built machine.
And that color blue that it has on it, what's the shade?
I think it's kind of like a seafoam blue, to be honest. I feel like it matches the Cape colors perfectly. It's just a very sea color. It's made for the beach. It needs a car wash. I think, I don't know what it is, like salt or something, but it's looking a little dirty. I need to get her cleaned up.
Good baseball analysis, good car color analysis from Daniel Jackson. Daniel, thank you for joining us.
Of course, thank you.